Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything channel, likes try anything so you don't have to. What we're going to have a look at today, which is what I'm showing here, is the Casio W218H, and this one being the 3AVEF variant. Now when I say 3AVEF variant, this is obviously the green and black version of this Casio W218H, and you can get it in other colours as well, which is obviously where the AVEF changes numbers from 1 to 2, 3, etc. Now the reason why I'm featuring this one, we did a review of the F91W, which obviously there will be a card appearing here which you can go off and have a look at, and I do see this one as it's a better variant of that watch because it's a little bit more bulkier. It's kind of like its bigger brother, but it still retains the very kind of simplistic nature of the F91W, where you've got a very nice clear screen. It's a little bit bigger and it's just a bit more substantial than the F91W. So what I've done below is I notice a lot of people on you know, when they look at these reviews and stuff, they always look for the instructions for these watches, and what I do place in the description below is actually the instruction link. So this will take you off to the Casio website so you can see how to use this watch properly. So I won't kind of talk about all of its features throughout the video. I mean, not that there's many on this watch, but I'll go through the design of it, you know, some of these specifications, some of the features, and just talk about what it's like on the wrist and what you know, what it's been like to wear over the past couple of weeks that I've owned it. So just to kick things off, the watch, as you can see, is quite a nice design to it. It's got that kind of Casio G-Shock look to it, you know, like with the G-Shock, obviously I think it's kind of, you know, if you look at the G-Shock being a DW5600, it's quite close to the look of it, and that's what I think, you know, it's like a cheaper variant of that type of watch, just that you don't get all the features of a, you know, like a much more expensive Casio G-Shock, but it does have that kind of nice simplistic look to it, really. Looking at the glass, or sorry, what's encasing the actual display, it is a resin mineral glass, or a resin glass, and I will warn you that it will scratch. You know, it's kind of one of them watches that you're gonna, as much as it's got a very nice classic design to it, it is a watch that people do use daily and use to kind of replace their more expensive watches, like this Apple watch that I've got here. Obviously I do like to protect my watches, but with this one, you know, again, it's a watch that you probably would consider for, you know, building site, going out daily, you know, like gardening and doing more strenuous stuff, that, you know, something like that. Yep, no appointments today. Something like that would probably, you know, it would probably be a lot more worse if this was to get scratched than this, because this kind of retails around the £20 to £25 mark, depending on where you get it, like Amazon and stuff. You know, people tend to wear this a bit more. So carrying on from the resin glass, as I say, it will scratch if you're not that careful with it. It does have a case width of 43, and it is a kind of a plasticky case, which obviously has the usual standard Casio stainless steel reverse to it. The actual, as I said, the actual width of it is 43 millimeters, and it is 11 millimeters thick approximately. So it's not a massively thick watch, but it is quite substantial when you put it on your wrist. The resin band, as you can see, you know, it does have like this. It does have a resin band here, which has got these kind of little kinks in it, which you will find on quite a few Casio watches. You know, within their, what they call their youth series and stuff like that. But it is, I would imagine they are designed to kind of grip onto the actual wrist. Now some people, and now I have found this on other watches that I have reviewed on the channel, it does kind of, you know, very slightly lessen the comfortable nature of the watch. But I do find, you know, you do get used to these kind of watches from time to time, you know, like through wearing them over an amount of time. Now the actual kind of strap, or what encases the strap when he puts it around your wrist, is, you know, again, it is resin, so, you know, you do have to bear in mind that these may tend to break over a certain amount of years, but, you know, it depends on how you look after your watch, really. So, or how, you know, vigorous this watch is going to be exposed to kind of nature of what you're doing. And this, it is plastic as well, the actual buckle. So I mean, it does feel a bit meh. Yeah, it does feel kind of plastic, really. So it's not like the usual metal affair that you would get from like a Casio or a slightly more expensive Casio. But as I say, you know, resin strap, the usual Casio affair, it's not too bad. It doesn't feel too cheap in comparison to, say, the Casio AE1000, which I have also reviewed. I'm sorry, it seems like I'm name dropping Casios here, but I've done quite a few on this channel. And you know, it's not a bad kind of feel to it. Really, it doesn't feel that cheap. It feels quite nice, and it does kind of complement the actual utilitarian look of the actual design of the watch, which is really nice. I was just say it has got kind of a weight of 37 grams, so something you wouldn't really kind of notice on your wrist. Really, it's not that heavy, and it is powered by a battery that's meant to be last up to about 7 years, so it's not the usual 10-year battery that you do get with Casio. It has got a quartz movement to it as well, which is what powers the actual time, which has a kind of an accuracy of between, you know, 30 seconds plus and minus per month. So, you know, it is quite an accurate looking watch. And also, like most Casios, and as you can see underneath here, it has a resistance of 50 meters for water resistance. So, you know, it's a watch that you could probably wear swimming. You know, something that you can, you know, wear and forget basically. So, you know, if you jump into the shower, you know, you haven't got nothing to worry about. So, you know, it's a nice watch that would complement, you know, daily driven wear really. It's also, you will find that there is kind of these metal pushers as well. So it's got 3 metal pushers, which are just, you know, around the actual watch. So what you've got here is obviously the adjustment for 24 hour or 12 or 24 hour here. So obviously it's 11 o'clock in the morning, so obviously that's not going to have any effect. Also you get the modes that it can go through, which I'll talk about in a minute. And also you've got a pusher here for the light, and it does act as like adjusting certain things here, which I may be able to show you later. But a lot of the functions on here, you know, like on the Casios that I do feature on this channel, you can probably find in other places, so I don't go too in depth with them. Looking at the displays, first of all, it is very simplistic LCD. There's nothing too confusing on it. It's got, you know, a real kind of large display to the actual nature of the look of the watch. So what you get here is obviously the day, the date of the month, and obviously the time really, and that's it. That's all you need. And for a watch that you just want to quickly glean the time from without kind of looking through, you know, what other features like world times, maps of worlds and stuff. And if you're after something that's just simple, quick and easy to look at, then this is your watch. Now this watch, I've just gone through the modes. It comes with an alarm function here, which has one daily alarm that you can use, which can obviously be set via this, and obviously that will change, you know, what kind of alarm status you have. So obviously that's for your alarm that you set here. It'll go off once a day. That's for your hourly chime as well. It does kind of like an hourly beep just to warn you, obviously, when the hour's complete, as it were, you know, like it's a different hour. And also those are, you know, together, it's daily alarm and hourly chime. You can adjust it by, I believe, pressing on the illuminator button, which I'll show you that, you know, later, how it illuminates when it's a bit darker. You can change the time here. So if I change that, and then you can change it to 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, like 2, 3, you know, you can just go through the parameters of the time, what time you want it set at. So, you know, it's easily changeable really. And obviously I'm going to just turn it off because I don't want the watch going off. The next function obviously will be the stopwatch, and the stopwatch, it does have an elapsed time, split time, and it also has a first and second place times, and it measures within the 100th of a second. So it's, you know, it's an interesting watch. You know, if you want to kind of time yourself, I don't know, doing activities like cooking and stuff like that, then, you know, it's a very simple watch to help you with that kind of thing. And also it has once you've gone through all the modes, and to the last mode is the adjustment of time and stuff like that, where you can just go through, you know, obviously you can reset the seconds like that. If I just do that again, and, you know, you can change the time and, you know, the day, dates, etc. and stuff like that really. So, you know, it is a watch that is very easy to, you know, manipulate. It's very easy to set the time, alarms and stuff like that, and it is a nice watch to look at and glean the time from very quickly. So I'll just quickly show you what it's like on the wrist, and then you know, I'll give you my overall thoughts with what it's like to wear and how I found it. So there you go, it's on my wrist. You know, I haven't got the biggest of wrists, so I think it's around 6-7 inches of like the actual wrist, my wrist size. And as you can see, you know, it is a nice watch to wear, and, you know, that doesn't come too high up, you know, because that sometimes I do find that quite you know, it can be quite off-putting really. But no, it does wear very well. At first these did dig in a very small amount, but I've got used to that, you know. It didn't take too long to get used to it, and it is a very nice watch to wear, very easy to put on, and you know, it doesn't slip too much, and it is a nice watch. Now, in terms of my overall verdict to this watch, I've got to say I really like it. And what I'm finding, you know, reviewing these Casios as I've done in the past, is that I'm kind of enjoying wearing these. And just let my cat walk past. I'm kind of enjoying wearing these sometimes more than my Apple Watch. And what I like about wearing them is that you don't get tons of notifications that you would get on this watch. Plus, you never have to charge them. You know, with that 7-year battery, it's a battery that lasts for quite some time. But don't get me wrong, you know, I love the Apple Watch. But what I'm finding is that I'm more and more reviewing these Casios. I do quite enjoy, you know, wearing them sometimes. Like when I put this on charge, I'll just leave that on charge all day. You know, I won't even bother putting it back on. I'll just leave the Casios on. So, you know, it's testament to, you know, I'm kind of, you know, putting up, not having as much functionality as I would with an Apple Watch, with something more classic and just something more simple to wear day to day than a Casio. So that says a lot for this watch, and a lot of the other Casios that I do kind of review on the channel, and there will be more coming soon, that it is a very nice watch to wear. And my overall verdict is if you know, if you do have the option of getting one of these, then I would get it. It's a really nice watch to wear, very simple to understand and adjust, and you know, personalized with time and alarms and stuff like that. It's not complicated, and if anything, it looks a very nice rugged watch. And again, it's not far from the likes of the Casio G-Shock, you know, the cheaper G-Shocks, the DW5600 to name one. It's got that look about it, and I just think it's a very, very nice watch. And you can get this in different colors, like you can get an all black color, and I think you can get like a blue. I think, I've got to say, it gets my definite thumbs up. And if you do get the chance to buy either on Amazon, links below, or the likes of Argos, and I think that can be got for around £20 to £25, then this watch will serve you very well, and it's a great watch. If you did like the review, then please give it a like. It always helps the channel. Bit of a thumbs up. And if you want to see more reviews from We Try Anything, then just click on the subscription button below. It always helps the channel. And thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next video. Goodbye.